Hello driver, so today I'm going to show you how the valve train work. Alright, so I'm going to show you step by step. Okay, so the valve train is a series of parts that open and close the valves by transferring cam lobe movement to the valves. 1/4 stroke cycle requires 2 revolutions of the crankshaft. This requires only 1 revolution of the camshaft. The crankshaft drives the camshaft through gears, sprocket, and a chain or through sprockets and a 2-thread timing belt. The sprocket driving the camshaft has twice as many teeth as the crankshaft sprocket. As you can see, this is a valve train. Okay, and it have the high and low lobes. Okay, you have high lobe, meanwhile it's spin. Okay, valve action start at the camshaft. The camshaft is a shaft having a series of cams for operating the valve mechanism. Each cam is a round collar with a high spot or lobe. Most camshafts have a cam lobe for each valve in the engine. As you can see, this is a cam and this is a cam load, and over here you have your valve stem. This is a valve stem. Okay, and this side right here, when the valve is when this is valve closed right now. Okay, as you can see, the cam lobe is not here. Once the cam load here, the valve will open. Okay, in an overhead camshaft engine, the camshaft mounts in the cylinder head. One end of a rocker arm contact the tips of each valve stem. The other end of the rocker arm contact the valve lifter. Valve lifter may be either solid metal or hydraulically operated. In either case, the lifter is used to maintain the desired clearance between the rocker arm and the valve stem. So as I said before, yeah, this is the rocker. The rocker arm is what also control the valve stem. Okay, most important parts of the operation. When the rotating camshaft moves a cam lobe in contact with a lifter, the rocker arm pivots to push the valve open. As the camshaft continues to rotate, the lobe moves away from the lifter. Spring tension now closes the valve. So as you can see over here, now it's open because once the cam turn, it push the valve lifter, and this is what happens. So it push it up and the rocker arm push down the valve stem. Now open. Now you have like the intake. Now you have the intake here coming in. Okay, same thing for the exhaust. You gotta push down to the exhaust goes out, just the opposite. But everything is basically working the same, it's just opposite. You have intake here and power exhaust. You have it push it down again for the exhaust to go out. Okay, so that's how it is. So now I'm going to explain to you how the power flow of a single cylinder and four cylinder. A single cylinder, four cylinder engine has one power stroke for every two rotation of its crankshaft. During the other three strokes, exhaust intake and compression, the piston does not deliver power. Okay, so that's only happening like on a single stroke. The single cylinder engine produces power only 1/4 of its running time. The crankshaft increases its rotational speed on the power stroke. It loses speed on the non-power stroke. In general, an engine with multiple cylinders runs more smoothly. Automotive engines have four or more cylinders to provide a more even and smooth power flow. A complete engine cycle requires two complete rotations of the crankshaft, which is 720. In a four-cylinder engine, a power stroke occurs every 180 degrees. So that's 720 degree and up to 180 degree of crankshaft rotation. A six-cylinder engine provides a power stroke every 120 degree. So that's how it works. So basically, yeah, just showing you guys how most important how the valve work. I mean, not the, the camshaft, overhead camshaft work, and the valve work. So hope this helps. Okay, so if you interested, just hit the bell for notification when I put up these things that you can learn step by step. At least you have an idea how the engine work and how the overhead cam work. Very important thing. So when you time in your belt, if you time in when you're working on the engine and you're doing the timing, you know exactly where the crankshaft should be and where the cam should be, and how it should set. Okay, so basically, always I would say, if you're looking at this right now, the cam, you time, because sometimes it happens to everybody, most people. When you time in your engine, a lot of people don't know how to set the cam. Okay, always make sure you find the firing order of a six or four cylinder first before you time you the crankshaft with the camshaft. You want to make sure when you put the belt on the cam wheel, which is the sprocket, whatever they call it, the teats and the cam. Remember, once you set the cylinder, always set the cylinder at top dead, which is the first cylinder, which would be in the firing order. You got to find that firing order first. So you got to make sure that first cylinder gonna be top dead center. Okay, and you're looking at the cam. This is the cam lobe right here. You got to make sure this cam lobe always got to be, it's not going to open like this. It's going to be like this. Okay, as you can see this arrow right here, when you turn on the engine, remember this cam gonna spin. It's gonna spin, push this up and push down the valve stem. The valve stem gonna release the air from the intake coming in. That's how you get the intake power, the intake and the compression power and exhaust. So remember, it's always gonna be closed. So when this gonna be closed with the top dead center. cylinder on top. So right now you got the cylinder right here. So this would be my cylinder basically. Then let me give you an idea. Okay. So when you turn on the engine, remember, as soon as you turn on the engine, this cylinder is gonna go down. Meanwhile, this go up to push the valve stem down to bring in here, and that's how the process starts. So remember, always remember, you got to time, make sure the cam is time also with the crankshaft. Okay, so it's gonna be either this way or just a little bit, just or this side, just a little bit up, a little bit more. That's you can get ready to push this up to bring in here. This turn, push up the valve lifter, rocker arm, push down the valve stem, and bring in here. All right, so that's it. Hopefully this helped. Thank you, and have a blessed day. All right.